Hi, boys and girls. I brought a friend with me today. His name is Chester. And Chester is a raccoon. A raccoon is an animal that lives in the forest, and they do live right here near us. Now, in the story that we're going to do about Chester, he goes to school at night. Raccoons are sometimes nocturnal. Nocturnal means they come out at night. So you're going to see him going to school at night. Now in this story, Chester has a little problem. He's just a little bit worried about going to school. But his mama finds a special way to make him feel better. So this is Chester's story. It's called The Kissing Hand. Chester, I'm going to put you right down here till we're finished your story. The name of the story is The Kissing Hand. The author of the story is Audrey Penn, and the illustrators that did the pictures are Ruth E. Harper and Nancy M. Leake. The Kissing Hand. There you can see a picture of Chester, and he's looking at one of his friends, the bird. And right here's the monarch butterfly. They're out right now. They're all around us. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried, "I don't want to go to school," he told his mother. "I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you?" Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. "Sometimes we have to do things we don't want to do," she told him gently, "even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start." Here's one of his friends, the squirrel, coming down the tree to see him. And here's a bird that's coming by. You'll make new friends and play with new toys and read new books and swing on new swings. Besides, she added, I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home. Here he is with some of his friends. There's a woodpecker. Here's a little field mouse. There's a mouse in that tree, and here he's swinging with his friend the skunk. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. A secret? What kind of secret? A very old secret, said Mrs. Raccoon. I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the Kissing Hand. The Kissing Hand? Asked Chester. What's that? And here's a dragonfly, and a frog, and a snail. I'll show you. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Now, something about raccoons that you may not know is they have hands that look very much like ours with fingers. She spread his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand, up his arm, and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. There's a picture of his paw. See how he has fingers kind of like us on his paw? And there's the heart where she kissed him. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. Now, she told Chester, whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, Mommy loves you, Mommy loves you. And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty warm thoughts. Here's an opossum coming by in the tree. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. Now do be careful not to lose it, she teased him. But don't worry, when you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick. Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew that his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. "Give me your hand," he told her. Chester took his mother's hand in his own, unfolded her large familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. "Now you have a kissing hand too," he told her, and with a gentle goodbye and an "I love you," Chester turned and danced away. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across the tree limb and enter school. And as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. "Chester loves you," it sang. "Chester loves you." And there he is in his school with all of his animal friends. And it says, "I love you." And this is the sign language sign for "I love you." Take your fingers like this and take this finger and this finger and put it down. And that's the sign language sign for "I love you." And that's the end of Chester's story.